What's up, guys? Welcome back to Governing Thoughts. Crypto market is going crazy. Altcoins are blowing up. Meme coins specifically are going absolutely insane, guys. It's getting a little frothy out there for meme coins. I think it's about time people start taking some profits, rotating those profits back into more legitimate altcoins, and then riding up whatever they leave in those meme coins up further, but locking in those positions from meme coins onto solid projects, specifically altcoins, guys, because I'm going to show you right here, we are absolutely about to tear for altcoin season. As you can see here, we've already been in altcoin season for a while. It's already been since June 2023 that altcoin season actually started. It just doesn't feel like it because the extreme euphoria of this pre-Bitcoin halving hasn't happened yet for altcoins. Most likely we will have another altcoin season run after the Bitcoin halving. But I think right now here, as you can see on my screen, on the ETH BTC ratio, I'm going to show you guys that Ethereum is going to start outperforming Bitcoin here pretty soon, guys. As you can see here in the past cycles, every time around this time. So here, January 16th, Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin all the way to the end of the cycle, end of December 2017. And then once again, last cycle, guys, here, January 2020, Ethereum starts outperforming Bitcoin all the way up to the end of November 2021. Now, it is the start of February 2024. The bull run year is specifically supposed to be December up to December 2025. Therefore, we can expect that Ethereum here will start taking charge against Bitcoin. So if you hold a lot of Bitcoin, it might be a good idea to start rotating some of that Bitcoin into Ethereum for a safer play, and for higher risk, high reward plays would be for other altcoins going down the risk curve. Now, we expect it to take place, and if that does happen, guys, this others dominance is going to absolutely rip. So this is the dominance of the altcoins that are not included in the top 10. As you can see here, we already started breaking up this fifth Elliott wave. So Elliott wave goes 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going up the fifth wave here, guys. And this is dependent on a few factors. So you can see down here, Bitcoin is kind of ranging sideways ever since it touched the all-time high right here on March 4th, I believe it was. And you can see here that we have two scenarios. We have the green, which is scenario, I believe, number one, and scenario number 2 is that Bitcoin ranges sideways, then we dip back down. In either of those cases, guys, we do get an altcoin run. It just depends for how long. So on the yellow scenario here, scenario 2, as I have illustrated up here, and green being scenario 1, if we get scenario 2, it means that Bitcoin does not break its all-time high clearly to the upside, and it just keeps ranging sideways and then eventually dipping down somewhere in the summer or spring of 2024. If that's the case, it will still allow for altcoins to run and complete this fifth wave here for the Elliott wave. However, if we get scenario number 1, where Bitcoin breaks through the all-time high finally, and then we push to the upside, then that is even a more bullish scenario for altcoins, because that means everything will start pushing up to the upside and crushing the previous all-time highs. And this would include the total 2, total 3, and any specific altcoins going down the risk curve. And that would give us a scenario such as this, where we would not only stop at this wave, but potentially we'll be running up all the way to the top of the green wave. And the reason I've drawn this out like this is because if we go back to the last bull run here, before the Bitcoin halving, you will see that we had the yellow run, which was the initial pre-Bitcoin. And in that scenario, altcoins ran only until about end of summer 2020. And then they came back down for a dip, because in that case, Bitcoin had not broken its previous all-time high. As you can see here, the purple line identifies the previous all-time high from 2017. So you can see it didn't break it till November 2020. After it broke in November 2020 is when we had this huge green run up, which is a more exponential altcoin run. And you can see here that the yellow run only ran up to October 2020. And so if that's the case, guys, if we don't break the all-time high, we might be in a similar scenario here. If we do break the all-time high, then we're looking for a more extreme run up, just like we've seen here in the last bull run and the previous one. Now, a big thing to keep in mind here is that Bitcoin is very, very close to breaking its all-time high. Once again, we're sitting at 69,000 as of right now, Saturday, March 9th, that it is right now. So it's tempting to break the all-time high right now. So the case of having scenario number 2 seem less likely day after day as Bitcoin keeps recovering its previous dip of 14% here, and it just keeps tempting. And we even passed the all-time high up to exactly $70,000 here. As you can see, that the high for that wick was $70,000, 184. So we have broken the all-time high several times now, and so it's only a matter of time until we keep testing it, and then we will break right through it. So it seems to me that most likely we will get scenario number 1, where we break to the upside, and with that we will carry altcoins for a huge altcoin season, guys. And what does that tell us? It tells us that the crypto cycles are pushing forward, guys. They're happening sooner and sooner. I'll show you here. For example, I believe I talked about this yesterday. Here in 2017, the all-time high from 2013 was broken on February 2017, which would be the equivalent of February 2025 or February 2021, right? Because those are the bull run years. But it broke the all-time high on February 2017, and then on 2021, it actually didn't break it on February 2021. It broke it on November 2020. So about 4 months prior. And then now we just broke the all-time high, as you've seen. We haven't gone right past it, but we did tap it, and we did go right past it, and then we broke back down. But it does count as touching and testing the all-time high, and that happened on March 2024. It's about 8 months prior of the one that happened in 2020. And so you can see our cycles are getting shorter and shorter. And this is because people are waking up and they know what's happening. So people are front running the prices and buying up earlier and selling sooner as well. And so if this is the case, guys, the yellow run that I was showing you guys for the altcoins, for pre-Bitcoin halving altcoin run, that's most likely will not be a case. It could be that these two actually combine. We go straight from pre-Bitcoin halving altcoin season into breaking the all-time high around the time of the Bitcoin halving or right before, combining this huge parabolic altcoin season with the pre-Bitcoin halving altcoin season, guys. And as I showed you guys here, we're very close to breaking that. So I would say the best call right now, guys, is just to get in. Make sure you have your positions in for altcoins specifically. Once this breaks through this and we go for higher prices, even though we have a dip here, guys, after we run up further from this position that we are in right here, guys, it's not guaranteed that we would drop all the way back down here. If anything, we would come to retest 30% lower from the new high that we will have a few months from now, but it will not be as low as prices as we have now. So it's almost like you can't go wrong by getting in now, guys. Start getting your positions in, because if you're planning to buy any time from now until end of the year, might as well start buying now. Just stop overthinking it and get in, guys. No financial advice, obviously. Do your own due diligence and look into the projects that you want to invest in, and make sure that they are legitimate projects. As I was saying before yesterday, the good projects to get in right now would be AI and most likely gaming as well, because if you can see here that AI total market cap, which is this column here, is only $29 billion, whereas meme coins are at $64 billion. So obviously meme coins are overhyped, overpriced, and all that money should eventually flow into AI tokens and gaming, because they're huge narratives, and there's no way that meme coins should be outperforming them this early in the cycle. So I think that money will flow back into AI and gaming, and then eventually maybe towards the end of the cycle they will go back into meme coins. But if you're going to position yourself in legitimate projects now, guys, before it's too late. Now I just want to mention one more thing, guys. Here in the previous bull runs, we've seen that after we broke the all-time high, we had the initial run up for 28 straight weeks, and then the full run up for 48 weeks. And then 2021, we had the run up initially for 23 weeks and then 49 weeks for the full run up. So what does that tell us? That 25 weeks on average between 23 and 28 for the first run up will likely end around August 2024. Not guaranteed, but if we do end up breaking the all-time high and pushing forward to the upside, then it's most likely that we will have an altcoin season ending or pushing up exponentially towards the end of the summer, and then having a dip, guys, and then running up again to have a total altcoin season ending around January 2025, ending our bull run, guys. And that would be about 48 weeks, which would match the previous duration of the overall altcoin season after breaking the all-time high. All right, guys, I will leave you with that today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care.